Hello and welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to understand how to sync webinar leads from Google Forms to Salesforce CRM. So I have created a webinar registration forms using Google Forms. And here my objective is, as soon as I'm going to receive a new form submission, then automatically using the details, I want to create a new lead in my Salesforce account as well. So now here to automate the entire process, I need to connect my Google Forms with my Salesforce account using an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So now here to see the working of this automation and to learn this process step by step, let me take you all to my screen. Welcome to my screen. So here on my screen you can see the Google form that I've already created for receiving new webinar registrations. And here my objective is, as soon as I'm going to receive a new form submission through my Google Forms, then automatically using the details, a new lead for the same should be created in my Salesforce account. So now here I've already built an automation where I've connected my Google Forms with my Salesforce account using an automation software. And now firstly in this video we are going to see the working of this amazing automation by simply making a test submission in our Google Forms. So now here to test the automation, let me take you to my Google Forms. So this is a Google form that I've already pre-filled with some details such as first name, last name, email address and the mobile number. And now here after entering all the required details, click on the submit, and here you can see we have successfully made a form submission over here. So let's go and check our Salesforce account. Here I'm going to refresh it. And here you can see we have successfully created a new lead with the name demo user. Here you can see the company name, phone number and the email address. So with this we have successfully seen the working of this amazing automation. And now here in this video we are going to learn step by step that how you can set up this automation by simply connecting your Google Forms with your Salesforce account using an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So to access the Pabbly Connect you need to search for pabbly.com/connect in your browser, and it will take you to the homepage of Pabbly Connect. So this is the homepage of Pabbly Connect, but here before moving forward, let me all tell you about the Pabbly community. So this is the Pabbly community where automation users, business owners and marketers connect. You can ask questions, share your workflows and get instant replies and helpful feedback from others who have faced these similar challenges. It is an active and supportive space to learn and grow together. And now you can find the link to join the Pabbly community in the description box below. Make sure to check it out and join the Pabbly community as soon as possible. Alright, let's move back to our Pabbly Connect's homepage, and here you can see two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up free. If you're a new user, click on sign up free and get 300 tasks every month to explore the software. And if you're an existing user, click on sign in. Here I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on the sign in. Now after signing in, here you can see all Pabbly apps went away. You can see all the applications of Pabbly such as Pabbly Connect, Pabbly Subscription Billing, Pabbly Email Marketing, Pabbly Form Builder, Pabbly Email Verification, Pabbly Hook and Pabbly Chat Flow. So you can see one software with so many useful applications. So in this video, we are going to integrate our different applications such as Google Forms and Salesforce, and for that we are going to use Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now. Now this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, and here to build my connection, I need to create a workflow first. So for that I'm going to click on this create workflow button given on the top right corner. Then it is asking me to select the workflow builder. So you can see two options. One is new beta and the another one is classic. So basically beta version is modern, faster and more flexible, whereas classic one is stable and the familiar approach. So in this video we are going to use this newly launched feature, that is beta version, by clicking on the select button given over here, and then a create workflow dialog box has appeared in front of us. So first it is asking us to give a name to our workflow. So we are going to give the name as sync webinar leads from Google Forms to Salesforce CRM. And now here after giving a name to my workflow, it is asking me to select the folder. So in the left side corner of this dashboard you can see a folder section under which you can see the multiple folders that I've already created with different names to save my workflows accordingly. So in this particular case I'm going to select my folder as automation automations. You can select the folder as per your need. Also, you can create multiple folders to save your workflows accordingly. And now here to learn how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect, you need to click on this Learn More hyperlink given over here. And it will take you to a forum window where you can see all the instructions to how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect. Alright, let's move back to our Pabbly's dashboard. And here to create a new workflow, we are going to click on this Create button given over here. Now here in this workflow window, you can see we have successfully created a workflow, and here let me tell you that there are two most important principles of an automation process, that are trigger and action. Where trigger says when this happens and action says do this, that means action is the response towards that trigger. Your automation can have a single trigger but multiple action steps. Now let's begin with our automation by simply setting up a trigger. So we are going to click on this add trigger button, and here as you all know that we are receiving new form submission through our Google Forms. So we are going to select that trigger as Google Forms and app event as new response received. Then we are going to click on this connect. And here you can see we have received a webhook URL. That means here we are going to use this webhook URL to connect our Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. So here following the instructions given below, firstly I'm going to copy this webhook URL, and here I've already logged in my Google Forms account. So this is the Google form that I've created for my webinar registration, and here you can see the fields such as first name, last name, email and the mobile number. So now here my objective is, as soon as I'm going to receive a new form submission, then automatically the form submission details should be stored at a single place, that is Google Sheets. So now here to capture the Google Forms responses in an organized format in Google Sheets, what we are going to do is that we are going to click on this responses, and from here we are going to link this Google form to Google Sheets by clicking on this link to Sheets button given over here. And then here we are going to select create a new spreadsheet, and here we are going to click on this create button. And here you can see we have successfully created a new spreadsheet in our Google Sheet with the same name, and also you can see the exact same fields that we have entered in our Google Forms. Alright, so with this we have successfully built a connection between our Google Forms and Google Sheets. And now here after building the connection, we are going to test this connection by copying the responder link from the Google Forms, and then we are going to open it in a new tab. And now here I'm going to enter some dummy details and make a form submission to see the working of this connection. So for the first name, we are going to enter the name as test, last name as student, and here we are going to enter the email address as teststudent@pabblytunes.com, and here we are going to enter a random phone number. Alright, so now after entering all the required details, click on the submit, and here you can see we have successfully made a form submission over here. So let's go and check our Google Sheets, and here you can see we have successfully captured a response over here. Alright, so with this we have successfully tested a connection between our Google Forms and Google Sheets. So now after building this connection, what we are going to do is that we are going to connect this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect in order to capture the response in Pabbly Connect. So now here to connect your Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect, what you need to do is that you need to install an add-on on your Google Sheets account first, and for that you need to click on this extensions, and from here you need to select add-ons. Now here in this add-ons you need to select get add-ons. Then here in this Google Workspace Marketplace, you have to search for an add-on, that is Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And then you need to install this particular add-on on your Google Sheets account in order to connect your Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. Alright, so you can see it is already installed in my Google Sheets account. So I'm going to move back, and once you're going to install the add-on, you need to follow exactly these same steps. Alright, so now after installing the add-on, you need to refresh your Google Sheets, and that's a necessary step. Now after refreshing the Google Sheets, you need to click on this extensions, and then you'll be able to see the option of Pabbly Connect Webhooks over here. So from here you need to select initial setup. Now here in this initial setup, you can see it is asking us to enter the webhook URL and the trigger column. So now here for the webhook URL, we are going to copy the webhook URL that we have received in our Pabbly's workflow, and here we are going to add the same webhook URL. And then here for the trigger column, it says the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So in my Google Sheet, you can see my last data column is column E. So here for the trigger column, I'm going to enter the column as column E, and then I'm going to click on the submit. And here you can see it says setup configured successfully. That means we have successfully set up a webhook inside our Google Sheets, and we have successfully connected our Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So now after building this connection, we are going to test this connection by clicking on the send test button given over here. And it says test data sent successfully. That means we have successfully sent the first row data of our Google Sheets to our Pabbly's workflow. That means to this webhook URL. So let's go and check it. But here, before moving back to Pabbly's workflow, you need to perform another very important step to completely connect your Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So for that, you need to click on this extensions, and from here you need to select Pabbly Connect webhooks, and now from here you need to turn on the send on event. So by turning it on automatically, whenever a new data is received in your Google Sheets, then instantly Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response. Alright, so let's go and check it, and here you can see we have received the tick in front of the send on event. That means we have successfully turned it on. Alright, let's move back to our Pabbly's workflow, and here you can see we have received a successful response where we have received the trigger column, timestamp, spreadsheet name, ID, sheet name, sheet ID, row index, and here you can see the other details such as phone number, last name, first name, and the email address. So with this, we have successfully set up a trigger over here. So once we have received a new webinar registration through our Google Forms, that means a new webinar lead to our Google Forms, then automatically we are going to add the lead in our Salesforce as a new lead. So for that, we are going to add an action step over here, and here we are going to select the action application as Salesforce and our app event as create a lead. Then we are going to click on this connect. Here to build a new connection, we are going to select add a new connection. If your Salesforce account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. And now here to build a new connection, I'm going to click on this connect with Salesforce, and here you can see it is requesting for the access. So I'm going to click on this allow and give access to Salesforce and give access to Pabbly as your data is secured with Pabbly. And here you can see we are now successfully connected. So it easily got connected because here I was already logged in my Salesforce account. So to build an easy connection, make sure you are already logged in your Salesforce account in the same browser, or else if you're building a new connection, then it is going to ask for the username and the password of your Salesforce account. And once you're going to add your account credentials, then automatically your account is going to get connected with Pabbly Connect. Alright, let's move forward, and then it is asking for the first name, last name, and some other details. So now here, instead of entering these details manually, we are going to map the data. Mapping data means insert data from previous step. That means here I'm going to map the data from the response that I received in my trigger step or my previous action steps. Mapping makes a text dynamic so that when I'm going to receive a new form submission through our Google Forms, then automatically this previously existing detail will be updated with the new one. So here for the first name, we are going to map the first name of our lead. So this is the first name. Here for the last name, we are going to map the last name. Moving forward, here this title is not required field, so we are going to leave it blank. Here for the company name, I'm going to enter my own company name, that is ABC Company for now. And here I've entered this text manually because here this text is going to remain the same for all the new leads. Alright, let's move forward. Here for the phone number, we are going to map the phone number. Here we are going to map the email address. Scrolling little down, here these fields are not required fields, so we are going to leave them blank. Here for the lead source, we are going to select web. You can select it as per your requirement from the drop down, and here for the status, I'm going to select open, and here for the rating, I'm going to select hot. Again, you can select all these details as per your requirement. And then it was asking for the street, city name, and the country name. So here these fields are not required fields, so I'm going to leave them blank. And now here after entering all the required details, we are going to click on this save and send test request given over here. And here you can see we have received a successful response. That means we have successfully created a new lead in our Salesforce account through the submission received to our Google Forms. So let's go and check it. Here I'm going to refresh it. And here you can see we have successfully created a new lead with the name test student. Here you can see the company, phone number, email address, and the lead status. So with this, we have successfully set up entire automation. Now let me summarize this whole video for you. So here we have selected our trigger as Google Forms and our action as Salesforce. So that when you're going to receive a new form submission through our Google Forms, then automatically using the details, a new lead for the same should be created in our Salesforce account as well. Alright, so these were the steps to how to sync webinar leads from Google Forms to Salesforce CRM. I hope these steps were clear to you. Now if you want to use the same workflow, then you can find the clone link in the description box below. And now if you found this video helpful, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more automation tutorials. Also, if you have any doubts, then feel free to drop them in the comments below. See you in the next video. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, you can integrate many other applications with Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubt, then you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, then you can write it at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit this URL. Now, if you liked the video, then please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends.